fear of brutality in all its forms is everyday reality. The quality of life for the non-powerful decreases. Many of this meal will move some devote themselves to their jobs, their families, or even studies. Some look for ways to escape this place and others. But for many of them, the answer lies at the bottom of the class. Just call it Valhalla. This game is best played getting comfortable, grab some drinks, some snacks, and enjoy. So sit back and relax with you, have a good time, enjoy. Goodbye, Miss Bartender. Hey, over here. Oh, what the fuck? Tuxedo-clad corgis over the weekend. Brighter sometimes. Parcel. It's called Valhalla. It's spelled weird. Cyberpunk bartender action. It's kind of weird. I started on the Switch, but I didn't get too far. Your membership to Shining Fingered will automatically renew on the 17th. Make sure your account has at least $800 by then. Make sure to save your data using the Life Backup app. You can now browse the Augmented Eye. Press and hold. Add app. Augmented Eye. Mass integration continues. Wonderlanders are the newest threat. Cyborg and Heels returns next year. His acting is unnatural, but I don't know if he cares about the rules of nature anymore. I think 4 is the cat, I think. Oh, wait. There you go. Okay, here we go. Massification. Currency reveals new economic adjustments. With inflation rates among the highest in the world, constant shortages of basic groceries, and rampant violent crime, glitch city citizens look for a better life in other countries. Quincy, however, isn't happy with this. They learn in our schools and universities, the Prime Minister said during a talk with the Augmented Eye, but they apply what they learn somewhere else, and I find it rather insulting. Oh. This goes after... Is my mic working? I think it is. It was working when I was testing it. LS Robot was good at cracking the most complicated security in the world. Will blow your mind, and have yet to make an impact as big as that. But they seem to be aiming very high at the recent threats against Prime Minister Quincy. Jesus. Okay. I got no money. Let's go to work. Can you hear me? Test, test. Oh, hey, John. When we may have a John face, Gillian. I'm gonna let people call you Jules. Quiet now. Where's Boss? I'll have to buy some stuff and hear what I just told you? You say something? Yes, I look distracted. Very distracted, yes. About stuff. And there's also the fact that oh, there's a girl in. Spent a full hour yesterday apparently talking to myself. Not to mention the fact that 2 days ago I found for the risk of closing. Uh-oh. Let's see. Can you hear me? Okay. Hoovering 4 left me with a complete empty wall. I don't know how to get into it. There's a misprint in it. Aww. We can make a PM and I'll skip the rest, but bear with me for a second, okay? Sugar rush. Look for groceries on the navigation bar. There are people that will show up in the top left. Flavors like sweet or types like manly. Drag the amount of ingredients from their cells on the right. The shaker in the center. Press the mix button. Okay. The drink itself to serve it. Wait, I know it's one of those probably changes. Alright, so he wants the sugar rush or piano man. Okay. Promo drinks, Peanut Man. 1, 2, 3. Hard Delta. So there's 5 of that. Can I just click it? Nope. Okay, I have to click and drag. Okay. This is a lot of. 3. Mix. Oh, all on the rocks and mix the ice. Mix. Ah! Fuck. I think I have to do it before it gets to a certain point. On the rocks. Haha! Okay, before it starts getting really shaky. Okay, how do I oh, sir. I know what I said. Let's get started. Say again, can you hear me? Test, test, test. You were a little low. Okay, I was a little low, but at least. Ah! No, don't do that. I don't think I could turn it up anymore. Not in OBS. Not in my microphone either. Okay, cool. We can. One day doing God knows what. We've had some interesting clients come in. Dogs, lots of them. I'm joking. Who would make a joke like that? Oh god. So we need to deal with all of that. I know soon you'll be in charge of cleaning the bathrooms. Have fun. He brought that from home. Put that out of the way. Let's placing limited jukeboxes on these that have all of its 12 slots filled with song before it can start. I wonder what the logic of that decision. I have the soundtrack for this game actually, funny enough. Just clicking random. Mixed drinks and changed lives. Hey you, give me a beer. No. Quite a big guy. Fancy drinks. Beer. 2 of these. 1, 2 of those. 4 of those. All mixed. Beer. Serve. This isn't gonna give me a big one. What? So does he want to know there's another one? Oh, I'm gonna say he wants a second one then. 4 of those. Yeah, looks good. Big like my dick. This hellhole could certainly use reference, but man, it's taking me the worst hellholes, like New Jersey 3. Oh boy. Chief editor and owner of the Augmented Eye. Nothing gets published here or there without my blessing. Okay. Barrage should be there. Goes an Alice Rabbit then. Some wild card hacker working for their own goals and nobody else's. It's the kind of corny shit that brings the clicks. All for all of those kinds of things. The clicks brings money and money brings nice stuff. Cars and plastic surgery for the missus and her kids. Oh god. You've heard about that every single day. Read newspapers daily for you without reading at least one article about this, brother. Think about it, my interns do. Poor bastards think I'll help them make them full-time employees. I'm just capitalizing this topic off popular. All those daily stories about murders and other horrors. I always felt out about such, and I don't want to start my day scared and bitter. Enough pressure and problems. I don't need to add glitter cities, lonely cities, lovely citizens to the list. Bankrupt from the lack of traffic. Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe my job would be easier. So, decentralized, sensitized. People get bored of certain kind of news and seeing it repeatedly. So the job it only took news is not really one being killed to new clicks. Now you need Ellie carrying a sick baby boy getting hit by a truck. Oh god. Full sob story, not just death. Urban legends are easier to write about. You can make up any shit you want. Brings money, like I said, money's good. Huh. Opinion on aren't very consistent too. About how they're better than everyone else. I also read about how everyone that likes something should be sodomized. But they know half of the clicks come from them, so I'll get all TV on my ass. I think you're being too harsh. What about? No, wait, I was thinking about another newspaper. All those on your page are annoying. See? Kid on the Russian column. Shit, forgot that rat's name. Restaurant, please, that kid couldn't care less about his name. And yeah, his column is the least hit of the bunch. He gets less hits than obituaries. Oh boy. paying for his adventurous, outrageous restaurants. If he actually wrote about half of the places he visits. He really writes about the places and YouTuber sends them to. Jesus. Hello, viewers. I'm trying to get free meals by proclaiming she's a food critic. Oh boy. A fat child with a really small face. Okay. All this tough things you could have to get me a beer this time, please. I don't know, like, he wants beers. Oh, I wonder if I do this. Double it. So, 4 of that, 2 of that, 4 of this, and 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a double of it. Maybe? Okay, doubling. Okay, that works. It worked! He was fine with it. I stutter kid. How many do you see mini celebrities in a cycle? It worked. It's basically a double beer. If this place smells like soap and dog piss, I'm within my constitutional rights to call it a hellhole. I'm doing my best here, thank you very much. You can think of it as a small hell and a hole in hell rather than a hellish hole if you like. Charming. Not really, at least, not that I know of why. Top for gossip regarding famous people. Does the feed look good? I think it looks good from what I could tell earlier. Love, pretend to love, but actually want to see fall from grace. Oh boy. Why do you think that gossip about famous people always sells? People pretend they love selves, but what they really want to see is their idols torn down to their level. Sweet. Oh boy. Comeuppance. But daring to be much more successful than them. Something that everyone enjoys but nobody wants to admit to enjoying. But even if you were right, wouldn't you bet that people love that kind of stuff? They want to save their lives by living someone else's. Socks and sandals. Practically a public and useless even still. Just like hairdressers, this sounds like a difficult comment from you. What people do, I don't make it more than that person you know from TV that acts like a human. Sensationalism is the word here. I saw this committee judge bitching over that some girls were into the store. No matter what you say, these people don't exist solely to entertain the public. This problem is just because they're the ones constantly cultivating the idea that they're perfect and untouchable. Exotic hotels, dressing in elegant ways, indulging in every luxury they can think of. All that just leaves the public craving for those little moments when they make a mistake and fall to their level. He's a nice guy. He's indeed really a nice guy. Eric is not a house, he's nice and everything. Meow. Meow. No, I'm elaborate. Elaborate, hell-bent on the world conquer. You know, I'm a simple bartender. Personal trainer of sorts. It's pretty good music, but I want them to fear me because I'm their boss, or the name appearing, not because I'm a boss, but the name appearing in their paycheck, but rather because I strike mortal dread into them. But that's not giving me a beer. But like I gave him a beer, like a double. Like so I don't know whether he just didn't like it or can I just like throw a bunch of shit in there? I can't. That's 7. That's 7, right? Yeah, I want 8. Because this only fills up to so much. Oh, I can't put anything else because those are filled. Yeah, I can't put anything else. Well, I don't know what else you want. Two slots at the... I don't know. I've never tried to do it. I guess maybe if you make 2 drinks at once for like 2 customers. Sucks harder than my first wife's mouth. Oh boy. Start changing the silly and stuff. Always that one guy or gal that says, hey, don't you do... Why don't you do what that other needs does? He's only told me that they need more clicks. More clicks! Keeps the space going, so keeping production quality up. It's not enough for them. What do you know? They want more clicks, give them more clicks. I'll show them what happens when I do what they just want. Don't reject ideas. Never get hurt from working. Chill. That kind of message requires you to have dumb crap dogs, I tell you. Make the short legs would hinder them. The ceiling, the sinks, the toilets, the vents. She'll wake up Barbie Rose over there. big gut punch? What's a big gut punch? A gut punch. So if he's like a big gut punch, does he want like more than what you're allowed? So there's 10, 2, and optional, all aged and mixed age. Gut punch. Huh, you can actually do it then. This crack house is a bar. Hello, crack house. Surprised you decided to come to our little crack house at all. The payment registry says Ingram McDowell. If I pay you, will you come with me to a motel for a couple hours? I asked why you decided to come to our bar then. Somebody recommended me this place and I have no idea why she likes it. She says you use regularly for an all sugar to her tastes. No, okay. Whoever picks the music release has decent taste. I can't afford to slander this place knowing she's here. The Red Comet. The woman who fended off mall raiders all by herself, knocking them out cold one by one. That sounds... What happened to... Would you happen to know how she got her mechanical arm? But they sound too fantastical to be true. Arm rifle, that one take out arm riders with their hands. Like that, it's hard not to keep your mouth shut in front of them. Just saying, you can relax though. I've only seen her deal with clients personally about 2 or 3 times. One involved class 5 openly, the other was a pickup artist, and the latest had a alpaca. There's this woman that owns a textile company. She got really drunk, she started streaming, and she was in a alpaca. Let's leave it at that. Can I get you anything else? Pale driver. Pale driver. Pale driver. He didn't say anything about extra stuff. 3, 3, 4. All mixed. I don't get the mix part because like you have to mix, you can't serve it until you mix them together. I just think about how good a lie can be. I mean, even the most sincere people lie once in a while. Lies can buy you time, lies can make you happy. Reality will come crashing to the door eventually, but for that moment, the lie can give meaning to you. I say lies like your porn stash, but you should know. You know they exist, but you should acknowledge them. Oh god. Alright now. I was just thinking about me making polite comments about this crack house. We'll come back to the crack house comment. Frig Reaver. So does he just want doubles of things? So it's 9, so 8. Oh! So that's 11, 12, 13, feel like. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work. Reset. Nine, all aged and mixed. Let's party that's missing. Part of me something like something. Or just get to reduce my bag and just can't just satisfy. Take me up a hobby. Collecting stuff, reading, bungee jumping, combat sports, exercising. Sounds a lot cheaper than the alternative, which is an alcohol. Oh boy, that's horrifying. Amazing and way cheaper. Oh boy. I hired a girl to act like my daughter for a day. 3 years in a row now. Rescuing a puppy. Okay. Well, okay. Wait, are you... Oh god. Let's not go there. That's loaded. Okay, so it still says I'm here. Okay. It's now safe to keep playing. Are you looking for the doggo? Come on! Come on! Up! Come on! Come on, up! Up! Come on! Didn't get locked up this time. Oh, we're good. Okay then, back in action. Good evening. Is that a robot? Oh. Whoa! Woo! Ah, okay. Master Specialist SIP Asgar of the 75th Division Valkyrie Corps at your service. That's a long title. C. Food for a sweet drink, but not sweet as in cool. Although a cool drink would be nice too. How about, but not cool as in great, especially not as in big. More so, since I have to get early tomorrow, I can't afford a hangover. Something sweet and icy. Wait, is this in alphabetical order? Oh. Sparkles, sweet, girly, happy. All aged and mixed. No, I already looked there. On the rocks, so that should be ice cold. Let's try this. 6. One of these, 2 of these. On the rocks. Okay, so I can't switch a slot. That one, okay. I got 6 there, 1 there, 2 there. On the rocks. So blended. So like, would I wait until it starts doing that? Moonblast. Okay, that's what blended means. Okay. Maybe that works. Blitzkrieg Corps, the ones with huge plated suits, right? Ah. I don't deal with those riots or anything. They're aftermaths. We rescue, heal, and protect. We are the angels who soothe the suffering enemies attack. We are the light of hope in the darkest of times, the ones who assist the victims of crime. We watch, we protect. Pledge of Allegiance. Burglars, rapists, car crashes, anything that might happen on our watch. Yeah, I think we more of a paramedic and shoot people and make them actually deal with that too. Different places. Shooting some people from the top of a classroom building. I looked down and was blown away by how pretty the ceiling was. It was like a starry sky. After cleaning up the aftermath of a car crash, I was pouring it out of the hydrant. The lights and shattered pieces of the glass was all like moonlight. Never mind. A classy drink. Don't make it too big. Does that work? Sorry, I don't come to bars very often. My drinks usually from the can. Classy drinks with one of spicy. Bad touch? We're nothing but mammals after all. Is that an actual drink? Mix and blended are two different things. Mix is before it starts going really violently. Blended is when it's going violently. Okay. 6 of these. 6. 1, 2, 3. 1. All aged and mixed. Arantini. Maybe? Still a drink. I like it quite a bit. Just call me Jill. The smell of dog urine and soap. A veterinarian and I used to go to plant after school, so the smell takes me back. And the company to solve it. Anything else? Attacked my friend. A white knight attacked my friend. It was coming for me when this other white knight saved us. Just woke up and also my friend was killing me. I'll make her read like that, but since then I felt like it's my calling. Judging everything on a person. Social extent, but you get me. Pursue people in dire situations whenever possible. Okay, I need to do something real quick. I will be right back. also the one. These everybody hates paperwork. Different types of white knights. Rescue, assault. There's even a quest full of broadcasts. Trying to handle accounting and that kind of stuff. How weird under the table dealing. Nixie! Hey! Come here. Squad dedicated to fighting school bullying. They're doing a nice job. The fad of anti-bullying campaigns passed and they lost their funding. Oh, I made this to her earlier. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1. Aged. And mixed. Classier plays on top of it. What the hell? Ever loving hell that explosion was. Uncle Angus. Burden trapper with robbers, rapists, pickpockets, you're picket road, aren't you? No. I hope I did her something right. I think this is the alcohol. 2 flying cars crashed. What you looking at? Hmm? A hole in the street. Turn this off. You don't need that now. You gotta make sure you get to the bedroom, okay? Oh no. Oh my god. Like the spicy chicken on bars. Are you implying something won't have value because I ignored it? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, man. I will on the rocks. Is that the symbol for the newspaper? Augmented eye, yep. She works server maintenance. What? Chemical hazards some people might leave behind. Tacky disco overseen by a DJ with an afro. It's bartender career. Brandini. Margarita. There he is. Three of these, and one of these. Aged MX. Oh, we're That's it for the day. I didn't make any mistakes. Wait, I didn't make any mistakes. He was not happy because I didn't give him a... Alright, I'm gonna save. Oh, a hollow plant. Alright, let's... Ooh. Okay. Save, we're gonna call it a day. See you guys later.